Duck and Dukes. But I keep telling you, said Duck, there are no dukes. They were fine and stately, but they've all been scrapped. Peter Sam goggled in horror. This is dreadful, he wailed. The Fin controller said, the owner said, the Duke said he was coming to our centenary to open our extension round the lake, and now he's scrapped. And Scarlowy's and Rheneas's birthday will be spoiled. Oh dear. He bustled away with his empty coaches to tell his bad news. I think, said Scarlowy, that Duck was pulling your wheels. No, Scarlowy, he was quite serious. He always liked jokes like that, chuckled Scarlowy, but no one agreed, and they argued so loudly that the Fin controller came to stop their noise. They told him about Duck, but he paid no attention. I've no time for his nonsense now, he snapped. There's a change in tomorrow's work. Scarlowy, you will meet the Duke at 11.0 instead of 10:30, and he hurried away. If there is a Duke, said Duncan, but they were all too tired to argue any more. They spent a gloomy night, but cheered up next morning when the cleaners greeted the birthday engines with an all-metal band. Drivers and firemen joined in, and even the Fin controller banged a metal plate as loudly as anyone. The engines punctured the music with their whistles. The owner laughed and held his ears. Presently he looked at his watch. That's enough, he ordered. So Rusty, Sir Handel, and Duncan went at once to find their coaches. Visitors crowded the big station. They wanted to go to places along the line to watch the celebrations. Peter, Sam, and Rheneas had carefully practiced their parts. Passengers and Agus, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima, and Beatrice all wear clothes of 1865. Rheneas had to pull them behind. Peter Sam's television train not too close and not too far away so that the cameraman could take their pictures. Visitors waved as they went by, and at last they reached the special sidings near the extension, where they settled down to wait. Listen, said Peter Sam at last. Here's Scarlowy. They're cheering him. Good, answered Rheneas. Perhaps that will make up for his disappointment over the Duke. Scarlowy wasn't disappointed at all. I've brought the Duke. I've brought the Duke. I've brought the Duke. I've brought the Duke, he puffed, and triumphantly came to a stand between the two trains. A distinguished-looking man stepped out, climbed to Scarlowy's footplate, and drove him on the new line round the lake and back again. Then, standing on Scarlowy's front buffer beam, he said, Ladies, gentlemen, and engines, I have pleasure in declaring your lovely lakeside loop line now open. Peter Sam could bear it no longer. Excuse me, Sir Duke, he burst out. Are you real? There was shocked silence. The Duke smiled. Scarlowy said, You've been listening to Duck, he answered. Duck thinks Dukes were Great Western engines, but Dukes are really people. I am happy to assure you, Peter Sam, that I am a real-life Duke. I'll give Duck Dukes, muttered Peter Sam, but he was sternly hushed. The Duke turned to the owner. I congratulate you, sir, on your remarkable railway. It must be a record indeed to have 2 locomotives in regular service, and both 100 years old. Long life, then, and good running to Scarlowy and Rheneas, your famous old engines. The cheering and clapping died away. Speech, shouted someone, and the cry was taken up. Go on, Rheneas, whispered the owner, so rather nervously the old engine began. Thank you, Grace, and everyone for your kind wishes. you've given us both a lovely 100th birthday, but your Grace, Scarlowy and I aren't the only record engines. We've got twin brothers like Talon and Dugash that were built at the same time as us. So there are 100 too, and they're still at work. Their railways at Talon in Wales. Please go and see them, Your Grace. And everybody, and wish them many happy returns from Scarlowy and Rheneas, their little old twins.